Good afternoon. All are in their places, and we are ready to begin this celebratory day. Today signifies one of the greatest occasions and accomplishments in the lifetime of our graduates, their families, and friends. With such pride and joy of these marvelous accomplishments, we have come to expect that the moment your graduate receives his or her diploma, you will be moved to triumphant applause or some other form of jubilant expression. Although we appreciate your outward displays of pride and your charged intensity of support, we kindly ask that you respect the following graduate by restoring quiet by the time the next candidate's name is to be called. In addition, we also ask that you respect the dignity of the commencement ceremony by remaining civil and refraining from the use of any external form of noisemakers, such as air horns, whistles. The bookstore got rid of the thunder sticks. Since we're moving into FIFA's World Cup, make sure you put your vuvuzelas away. The use of such devices can become unpleasant and offensive, leading to a diminished experience for those seated in proximity to you. These exercises for the 2014 spring semester, the 33rd commencement ceremony at Florida Gulf Coast University, are hereby called to order.
On behalf of Florida Gulf Coast University, I welcome you to the university's 33rd commencement ceremony. At this time, will you please rise or remain standing for the invocation provided by Pastor John Roth. Remain standing afterwards to join in the singing of our national anthem, led by our vocalist, Miss Christy Shore, and the Suncoast Brass Quintet.
We pray. My Lord and God, when you walk into a room, you cast out doubt and fear with your love. Your mercies are new each morning. Great is your faithfulness. This day we praise you for the gift of these graduates. May they be gifts to this world through what they have learned here at FGCU. Walk with them as they bring healing to the nations, release to the captives, all according to your will. Teach them their significance is in service, their strength is in their love, their power is in self-sacrifice, and bring them to realize that true wealth comes from the richness of their relationships and the depth of their character. We do not ask for comfortable lives for them. We don't ask for happiness per se, but for profound purpose and life-changing mission out of which comes true joy. We do not even ask for safety, but adventures. In the words of Sir Francis Drake, we pray, "Disturb us, Lord, when we are too pleased with ourselves, when our dreams have come true because we dreamed too little, when we arrived safely because we sailed too close to the shore. Disturb us, Lord, when with the abundance of things we possess, we have lost our thirst for the waters of life. We have fallen in love with life. We have ceased to dream of eternity, and in our efforts to build a new earth, we have allowed our vision of the new heaven to dim. Disturb us, Lord, to dare more boldly, to venture on wilder seas, where storms will show your mastery, where losing sight of land, we shall find the stars. We ask all this in your name and according to your steadfast love. Amen.
And the rock is
Please be seated. This ceremony is patterned after a ritual which has been repeated through centuries of higher education throughout the world. The robes we wear and the symbols of the ceremony found their origin in the Middle Ages. The mace is a symbol of the authority of the university, but the spirit of commencement is modern, always new, and always focused on the future. At this time, let me introduce the university trustees and other members of our platform party. As I call your name, please rise and remain standing. University Trustee and University Board of Trustees Chair, Robbie Repsdorf. University Trustee and Student Government President, Dominique Volpe. Student Speaker and former Student Government President, Juan Cobillo. Dean of the College of Education, Dr. Marcy Green. Dean of the College of Health Professions and Social Work, Dr. Mitchell Cordova. Dean of Library Services, Dr. Kathleen Miller. Development Committee Chair of the Alumni Association, Paul Allen. Interim Director of Alumni Relations, Kimberly Wallace. Academic Advisor and University Reader, Melanie Stannis. Academic Advisor and University Reader, Patty Kirk. Invocation Speaker, Pastor John Roth of Thrive Community Church. Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. J. Michael Rollo. Associate Vice President for Research and Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Tachang Yi. Florida Board of Governors members and keynote speaker, Edward A. Morton. Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Ronald Toll. University Marshal, Faculty Senate President, and University Trustee, Dr. Sean Felton. Please join me in recognizing and welcoming our platform party. Sitting in the first row before me are our college marshals. As I call your names, will you please stand to be recognized and remain standing? Dr. Lisa Creighton, College of Education. Dr. Thomas Felke, College of Health Professions and Social Work. And Mary Peggy Gathar, Library Services. Please join me in welcoming our marshals. I would like to thank the many members of the university's foundation board and friends of the university here with us today. Because there are so many here, I won't be able to introduce you all individually, but I welcome you all and ask that you raise your hand so that we may recognize you as well. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the university's Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Ronald Toll.
It is a great honor for me to be part of FGCU and to be part of this very special ceremony this afternoon. It is my distinct pleasure at this time to introduce the President of the Faculty Senate, member of the FGCU Board of Trustees, and University Marshal, Dr. Sean Felton.
Thank you, Dr. Toll. Welcome again, everyone, to the 33rd commencement ceremony at Florida Gulf Coast University. Fellow platform party members, distinguished guests, outstanding faculty, parents, families, and most especially our Florida Gulf Coast University graduates. I bring you greetings and congratulations on completing your degree programs on behalf of my renowned colleagues, the FGCU faculty. Before I move too much further, I'd like to first thank you and your families for trusting us with the responsibility of your education. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize all of our families and other influential people who helped you to get to this day. Here's a little secret, graduates. There's a lot of pride and a good amount of relief going around the arena right now. And most family members are a tiny bit vulnerable in this joyful state. So it may be a great time to ask for things, say some money, maybe a new car. Perhaps fess up to a little white lie, or maybe drop some other surprise. Don't worry, family members, if the surprise is too great, we have emergency personnel here in the arena. Anyway, your experiences at FGCU are unprecedented, and they have been filled and enriched by dedicated, brilliant faculty members who have basked in your successes, comforted you during times when challenges have arisen, and assisted you in every endeavor to make it possible for you to reach this day. Today's events are made up of moments that are second to none for us as faculty, and seeing the works of your steadfast determination is empirical evidence that solidifies all we do daily. Thank you for making us better along the way. However, graduates, I do want to caution you, I would not try to be at the center of a viral YouTube video by attempting a backflip and missing it after shaking President Bradshaw's hands in a few moments. We are concerned about your future, but I'm a little concerned about the engineering and integrity of this stage and my fellow platform party members. As I was beginning to think about what I was going to say today, like past times that I've spoken at commencement, I began to research ideas and advice that could put into context the importance of this day and the opportunities that now await for all of you. So, like any good academic, I began to research commencement speeches and quotes. I also tried to find quality research that demonstrated a strong statistical correlation between speeches given at commencement ceremonies and their effects on audiences. I found a great deal of relevant articles in the Journal of Sleep Disorders and Therapy. However, it wasn't quite the motivation I was looking for. I also examined a number of quotes that range from extremely reflective and thoughtful, such as Ralph Waldo Emerson stating, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall," to more candid words, such as a quote by Jimmy Buffett that notes, "Searching is half the fun. Life is more manageable when thought of as a scavenger hunt as opposed to a surprise party." But as I was writing this speech, I took a break as my wife and I went to put our two young kids to bed. And this particular evening, our book of choice was Dr. Seuss's All the Places You'll Go. As I sat back down at the computer re-examining my old speeches and my inspiration for quotes, I mean, seriously, I was seeking advice from a self-proclaimed beach bum and still trying to find the correct words. My simple mind kept going back to the book I had just read to my kids. I thought of the places that they'll be going. These are places that all of you have traveled to get to FGCU. But now think about the places you'll go after today. So let's take a little journey to some of the places you have gone while at FGCU and how they are the foundation of where you'll go. Today is your day. It is an extremely exciting day that marks a professional milestone of your dedication, hard work, and commitment in earning your degree. We are here today to celebrate these accomplishments and the endless opportunities that now exist because you have persevered through the challenging course, multiple class projects, and long research papers. You have earned it. You have made it. You have all the privileges that a degree from FGCU provides. Congratulations. You have brains in your heads, you have feet in your shoes, and you can steer yourself any direction you choose. This is truer than ever. You now possess a passport to the world that never expires. After today, you have endless opportunities for advancement, progress in your chosen field, and several openings for success that are still limited for many. You've been trained in your discipline, but moreover, you have been provided with lifelong learning skills that will allow you to adapt to an ever-changing workforce. In fact, data suggests that individuals graduating today will have 3 different professions in their lives. All of you have these skills. You also have the responsibility of being part of an elite group of individuals. Those of you completing your baccalaureate degrees are among the top 30% of all Americans, while those of you receiving your master's degree are now among the top 8% of educated individuals in America. Finally, those of you receiving your doctorate are now among the top 3% of Americans, a very select group. So yes, oh, the places you'll go. However, things can happen, and frequently they do, to people as brainy as you. But you have already learned to overcome obstacles, such as discovering that there is more to nutrition than just ramen noodles. Laundry doesn't do itself, and didn't roommates always get along? Also, you've learned how to manage on limited sleep, the consequences for not waking up for an early morning class or missing an exam. Wait, that never happened because you're all sitting here today. You also develop skills on how to stay focused on coursework when outside stresses appeared. But as you began your FGCU journey, most of these challenges were unknown to you. However, all of these events, both good and bad, have helped shape who you are. Through this journey, you have learned many things about yourselves, who you were, who you have become, and now who you will be as you benefit from this degree. So use these skills to get back on track when problems arise. Lastly, step with care and great tact, and remember that life is a great balancing act. Never underestimate the little acts of kindness. These acts cost you not a dime, but as a popular credit card catchphrase notes, they are priceless. You will be surprised how a slight smile or saying good morning to a colleague changes everyone's day. Also, be sure to find balance in what you do. Find that balance between your career, your family, and all else that is important to you. Slow down and find compromise in what you do. You will be much happier. Once again, my colleagues and I wish you our most heartfelt congratulations. We wish you well in all of your endeavors, and we are assured that all of you will be excellent representatives of our FGCU family. You now see windows and doors where there once were walls. You have made us proud, and we anticipate your successes and all of your future accomplishments. So remember, today is your day. Tomorrow is the beginning of your future. You're going to move mountains, so get on your way. Congratulations, and go Eagles.
Thank you, Dr. Felton. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Spring 2014 student speaker and former student government president, Juan Cabillo. Juan was born in Costa Rica and came to the United States when he was 5 years old. He grew up in North Miami, where he faced many challenges and obstacles, but he didn't let any of these deter him from the pursuit of his education. Juan graduated from Hallandale High School and came to FGCU in the fall of 2010. Prior to being elected student body president, Juan served as a senator and as budget chairman. A senior, Juan is a communication major with a concentration in public relations and minors in both journalism and advertising. After graduation, he plans a career in public relations and will open up a series of small businesses in honor of his family members to whom he wants the profits of those businesses to go. Juan, I've always thought of you as my son. Eventually, Juan plans to run for the presidency of Costa Rica. Juan performed admirably in his role as student government president and as a university trustee. It is my great pleasure to introduce a future president of Costa Rica, Mr. Juan D. Cabillo.
Thank you, Dr. Toll. I believe that life is lived in chapters. Our birth is a chapter, the way we grow up is a chapter, our adolescence is another, and the beautiful part is that we get to continue writing this book of our lives that somebody one day will read and hopefully will inspire them. In our book, we may have chapters of drama, thrillers, or adventure, depending on which paths you take. But one thing I know is that today you have all completed a chapter of success into this book. And as you prepare for the next one, I know that it only gets better. Some of you will be lawyers, teachers, business professionals. I may see some of you when I visit the doctor's office, and maybe one day my kids will sit in your classroom. And I truly hope that day comes soon, because I don't care what anyone from any school says, FGCU graduates are the best graduates in the state of Florida. Victories feel good when you know how it feels to lose. Victories feel good when they are earned, because if the walk is easy, the journey is worth nothing. I look at life kind of like driving a car around town. Sometimes we go through dirt roads, bumpy roads, hills, rainstorms, until finally we reach our destination. And as we drive through the path of life, we come across yield signs for all those people that want to move ahead of us, stop signs for all those people who want to stop us from moving forward, right turns that signify right decisions, and left turns that lead us to the end of that cliff. But every one of you followed the signs. You made right turns. You followed the speed limit. And if you got speeding tickets, well, at least you paid them on time because you're here. You all earned this day because you learned that it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be worth it. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be frustrating. And you're supposed to cry sometimes, because that just means your smile will mean that much more when you get here. I was born in a poor country to teenage parents who had no more than a high school education. I missed out on the experience of being a child because I had to learn to grow up while they were growing up too. I grew up with a million reasons to cry, but I instead have a million reasons to smile. Because back home in Costa Rica, there are a million little boys and girls who are growing up just like I did, and they are waiting for someone to go back and give them a glimpse of what it's like on the other side of poverty. So every day I wake up knowing that each day I am building and building myself as a person, financially, spiritually, and emotionally, so that I can go back and inspire those little kids who are where I used to be, except they don't have that same car to drive in the path of life. So I'm hoping that they can catch a ride with me so that they don't make those left turns, and so they don't get stopped by the bumpy roads. And I'm saying that to say this. Somewhere out there are people that none of us know, that we have never met, but they depend on us, and they depend on our success to be the light at the end of their tunnel. This moment today means nothing if you do not plan on using it to help those that need it. Some define success as how much money you have, but when I do the math, individual accomplishments is 50%, and how much you help others is the other half. College is a lot to handle, and it's easy to wonder what it's all for. But I think it's our job to be the candle, to ignite the flame in many more. We may not be the ones to change the world, and that's okay. But we can spark the brains of those who can and those who will one day. I want you all to know that standing here today speaking to you is inspiring me. It's inspiring me to dream further and bigger, because if we were able to make it here and graduate from a four-year institution with so many odds against us, then who knows how much further we can really go. They lied to us when they told us that the sky is the limit, because I don't believe there is a limit. I believe we can only limit ourselves. It's a tough world, and you can choose to let it shape you, or you can shape the world instead. So it's up to us to use what we have learned thus far to shape and have the life that we envision for ourselves. I truly believe there is only one way, and one way only, to live forever, which is through people's memories. So make every action memorable, make every single word you say memorable, so that your life has an impact that time will not erase. Embrace obstacles, embrace hardships, because success will recognize those who are worthy of it, and they will embrace you in return. Now, before I go, I do want to mention that I'm proud of having some students that are dedicated, passionate, and so committed to this university. We have more than 20 veterans who are graduating today, and I want to take time to recognize them, because I was fortunate enough to have a part in recognizing them at a state level. So let's give them a round of applause for the wonderful service to our country. I wish everyone good luck, and never forget that we are FGCU, and there's not one other university in this whole world that I would rather be at. Good luck, and go Eagles.
Thanks, Juan. I noticed that you were wearing a 2014 gold tassel, which symbolizes our commitment and your commitment to Florida Gulf Coast University's foundation. If others are also wearing a gold tassel, please stand so we can recognize your support to the university's greatest need. Please stand. Gold tassels. Yes. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Edward A. Morton. Ed Morton of Naples has served as a principal and managing director of the investment firm Wasmer and Schroeder since 2007. He retired in 2006 after 34 years of service as the CEO of the Naples Community Hospital Healthcare System, a diversified healthcare holding company. He is a Florida native and was raised in Islamorada. He holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Notre Dame, a master's of business administration from the University of Miami, and a master's of health science from Florida Gulf Coast University. He is a past vice chair of the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees and past chair of the Florida Gulf Coast University Foundation Board of Directors. He has served and currently sits on the board of a number of civic-minded organizations serving citizens of Southwest Florida. Please join me in welcoming Edward A. Morton, who will deliver the commencement address. Ed?
Howdy. On behalf of Governor Scott and the Board of Governors, welcome all of you to today's wonderful ceremony. To the moms and the dads, to the brothers and sisters, to the families and friends, colleagues, on behalf of today's graduates, thank you. Without your support, your dedication, today would not have been possible. To the wonderful faculty, Florida Gulf Coast University, without your dedication, your patience, your understanding, your commitment, today would not have been possible. To the leadership behind me here, to the leadership of the faculty, community leaders, board members, thank you as well. For without your support and your leadership, today would not have been possible. Lastly, to today's graduates, congratulations. Today begins the first step in a new life. On behalf of all of us, we'd like to wish you all the best. Take a look around where we are today. Take a look at the forum that we find ourselves in. Take a look at the diversity that you find yourself surrounded with. Different shapes, different sizes, different heights, different colors, different creeds, different nationalities. An homogenized group of people brought together in this nation with a simple dream to build a better future for ourselves, our families, our children, our grandchildren. Today's graduates are full of hope, anticipation, the hard work, what you have prepared yourself for, and the challenges lie just ahead. Today's world is bifurcated in ways that I could never imagine where I sat where you sat many years ago. We have moved from somewhat of a binary world into a very nuanced world. That nuanced world means that everything that we do and a lot of what we talk about every day has a little bit of ambiguity associated with it. Ambiguity is not bad, it just means that at times there is no immediate right answer. You can recall that when you were studying. I'm sure some of you had debates all the time. Today's world, in many respects, lacks civility. We seem at times to resort to an overbearing attitude about our own personal opinion and we lack tolerance of other people. We lack tolerance of difference, in particular, difference of opinion. So I'm going to concentrate on the word tolerance a little bit. I'd like you to think about the word tolerance. We find ourselves here today on a college campus. A university campus is a sanctuary for thinking, it's a sanctuary for thought. It's really a furnace in which ideas, opinions, are tempered by the fire of passionate debate. Many times there is no right or wrong, there are just facts that we seek to understand more about. This is an arena where critical thinking skills are forged and honed to a fine edge. Much like this campus, this nation is a democracy. But sustaining the open space that defines a democracy requires that all of us, remain vigilant against anyone who seeks to construct a fence around any particular subject and around any particular opinion. Democracy depends upon the ability for the free and unfettered movement of opposing schools of thought. Any forum which doesn't permit or present opposing points of view does indeed erect intellectual fences, which in turn limit the open spaces of this democracy. Jefferson, in his first inaugural address, said simply, differences of opinion don't mean differences of principle. He later wrote that if a book contains facts which are wrong, confront it, refute it with your own facts. If its reasoning be flawed, confront it. Have the courage of your own conviction, but by all means, and for God's sake, let us hear freely from both sides. An open and free exchange of opposing ideas fortifies the debate and allows us to learn from one another, provided that debate is on a voluntary basis. Voluntary debate really is the foundation of this democracy, the foundation of freedom of speech. Attempts to stifle freedom of speech, wherever located, is an affront to the free market of our ideas. It's an affront to the dignity of human thought. The sovereignty of the marketplace of free ideas is vested in a voluntary exchange between a willing author, a willing reader, a willing speaker, and a willing listener. What is it that some fear from an opposing point of view? What is it that causes them to become intolerant of difference? What is it that forces them to rely upon the brutality of intellectual cruelty, which some call intolerance? Aristotle reminded his students that an educated person is someone who's able to entertain a thought without necessarily accepting it. Voltaire, I'm sure you studied that. Voltaire simply said, I may not agree with what you have to say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. I would submit to you that tolerance is not a very difficult concept. It's really affording others the same rights that you claim for yourself. Just as education, and we all here are gathered to celebrate education, just as education is dependent on liberty, liberty is dependent on education. Not only are education and liberty very closely related, they're indispensable to one another. Standing alone, education is essential, but absent liberty, it becomes indoctrination. Likewise, liberty, the very soul of democracy, is gradually rendered useless without education. So why do I concentrate on tolerance? As you go forward from here today, you will confront people, perhaps as early as this evening, with a difference of opinion, a different way of looking at life, a different way of looking at a problem. Many of you seek to be leaders. You want to be a CEO. You want to run your own business. You want to interrelate with other people. In order to do that, you better be tolerant. Tolerant of differences. Embrace the difference. Learn from the difference. We don't have to necessarily agree on everything. I doubt that we really will. But we can all learn every day from one another. The last little tidbit that I'll leave you is a couple of quotes. Helen Keller, when asked, you may recall Helen Keller, when asked what she thought the value of education was, she responded with one word: tolerance. That's what education should teach us. An educator in the 20th century by the name of Bach said, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. And lastly, humility. I wanted to take 1 minute, and for those of you who don't know, if you don't think Dr. Bradshaw is a great salesperson, he called me on the phone. He said, we'd like you to be the commencement speaker, right? Speaker. What does that connote in your mind? One? No, it turns out after I say, yeah, I wind up with 3. So some of you have to sit through this. I've tried to rearrange the facts a little bit. You can grade me on 1, 2, or 3, whichever of these presentations is better, but he's a heck of a salesman. I want to leave you with the thought, humility. You know, many times, as Lincoln said, the world will little note, nor will it long remember what I say here. I would suspect your parents will never forget what you did here, your friends and colleagues. But if there's one thing you can remember, besides just tolerance, it's humility. At one point in my career, I had the privilege of meeting some NASA scientists who had just worked with astronauts that had just come back from space. And I asked them what they thought they learned from those astronauts, and they told me the word humility. And they said that the astronauts, when they were coming out of the space capsule, reached out to some of these scientists who actually had hands-on experience and worked with these men and women very closely. Said that what happened to us when we reached the moon is we turned around and we looked at the Earth. We looked at that blue globe hanging in the darkness. And 2 things occurred to us. One, we had absolutely nothing to do with getting here. We rode a rocket. We didn't do anything to get here. And number 2, and more importantly, 100,000 people have to do their job if we're going to get back safely. That never left my mind, astronaut humility, because if you do become a CEO and you do ride the rocket and you're on top of that corporation, remember, 100,000 people have to do their job. You're merely the passenger on the rocket. So, I promised I would keep this to 8 to 10 minutes this time. So with that, I would like to extend to everybody my own personal congratulations. I am a fellow Eagle, graduating in 2009. I felt that as a trustee, I'd like to eat my own cooking. I was a trustee of FGCU, and I think I drove the faculty nuts, but I feel we all can learn, and I learned a great deal from this faculty, a great deal from fellow students. So all of you out there who are not students, I would encourage you to think about being a lifelong student of learning. So congratulations. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity, and go Eagles.
Thank you, Governor Morton. And in addition to what will be a long day here for you and some of us, I certainly want to thank you for a much, much longer period of dedicated service to Florida Gulf Coast University, and now in your role as a governor on the Board of Governors, your service to the state university system of the state of Florida. Thank you, sir. Degrees will now be conferred. At FGCU, we award a wide variety of advanced degrees that provide postgraduate education in a wide array of disciplines. Indeed, at FGCU, we currently offer 2 doctoral degrees, 1 specialist degree, and over 30 courses of study leading to master's degrees. We award a Doctor of Physical Therapy, a Doctor of Education, and an Education Specialist degree, as well as the following master's degrees: Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education, Master of Science in Nursing, and Master of Social Work. We are pleased that 28 doctoral degrees and 104 master's degrees are being awarded by FGCU at this commencement. Some of those eligible to receive recognition at today's ceremony have already started their new careers and are unable to attend this afternoon. Will all doctor and master's candidates please rise for the conferral of your degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the doctor and master's degree you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Candidates, please turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The College Marshal for Health Professions and Social Work will now escort the Doctor in Physical Therapy degree recipients, followed by the Doctor in Education degree recipients. These students will be accompanied by their research committee chairs to the front of the stage. As is typical with institutions of higher learning, the doctoral students will be hooded on the stage. The university reader, Mrs. Melanie Stannis, will introduce the individual graduates along with their committee chairs. We will be calling each graduate to the front of the floor to be recognized. Let me just say one further word to our guests tonight, and I ask for your cooperation. Many of you have traveled many miles to be here to hear one name called, and each name will be heard only if you are able to contain your applause and cheers. Thank you.
Hooding the following Doctor of Physical Therapy students will be their committee chair, Dr. Sharon Bevins. Kimberly Chmielewski. Mary Lynn Hodges. Joanna Tabish. Aaron Weniger. Putting the following Doctor of Physical Therapy students will be their committee chair, Thomas Bevins. Daniel Esperon. Kevin Jones. Joshua Lewis. Jordan Mahan. Josh Miller. Richard Romise. Putting the following Doctor of Physical Therapy student will be their committee chair, Kelly Henderson. Christina Machuca. Putting the following Doctor of Physical Therapy student will be the committee chair, Eric Shamus. Bridget Clems. Thomas Weniger. Putting the following Doctor of Physical Therapy students will be the committee chair, Dr. Kathy Swanick. Katie Duffy. Stacy Frazee. Joshua Peters. Putting the following Doctor of Physical Therapy students will be the committee chair, Dr. Ari Van Dunn. Taylor Moore. Shallon McLean. Haley Rogers. Putting the following Doctor of Physical Therapy students will be their committee chair, Dr. Jacqueline Van Dunn. Nika Botarova. Joanne McHale. Hooding the following Doctor of Physical Therapy students will be their committee chair, Dr. Molly Venglar. Christy Sentner. Andrew Salinas. Hooding the following Doctor of Physical Therapy students will be the committee chair, Dr. Sean Felton. Gina Moreno. And now, the College of Education. Hooding the following Doctor of Education student will be the committee chair, Dr. Doug Carruthers. Jennifer Mezowitz. Hooding the following Doctor of Education student will be the committee chair, Dr. Robert Triscari. Nicole Fisher. Hooding the following Doctor of Education student will be the committee chair, Dr. Linda Serro. Karen DeBella.
The escorted master's recipients will now move to the stage by college, beginning with the College of Education. The university readers, Mrs. Melanie Stannis and Ms. Patty Kirk, will introduce the individual graduates.
Michelle L. Wild. The university offers its sincere condolences to the family and friends of Michelle Wild. Michelle Wild died this past fall, and her degree is being awarded posthumously. As accepting the degree are Michelle's husband, Douglas Wild. Jamie Campbell. Lindsay Dwyer. Karen Nyes. Danielle Gray. Stephen Bixel. Sue Snowert. Heather Minnick. Jessica Suter. Elizabeth Rich. Lisa Alessandri. Tina Kane. Shelley Lowry. Lovo Besa. Brittany Mapes. Noah Wilson. Jenna Padilla. Samantha Junkin. Sarah King. Sarah Molinari. Kyle Wellmaker. Mitchell Vitali. Kyra McCool. Melissa Lovely. Now the College of Health Professions and Social Work. Shasta Sorensen. Christina Bolin. Carmen Quaintance. Denise Alexandria Self. Berta Garcia. Annabelle Sutton. Carrie Pollock. Megan Hatchett. Lillian Paulman. Julia Morris. Jane Mulhook. Mashonda Seawright. Madeline Spinella. Sylvia Messer. Janelle Craig. Camille Waterford. Stephanie Riceberg. Leanne Pruce. Taylor Strodsky. Valerie Reed. Michelle Moore. Colby Yeomans. Gianna Henniger. Casey Herron. Gretchen Oberly. Stephen Cannon. Elizabeth Schultz-Kyle. Angeli Villarosa. Tiffany Cutlip. Diana Honora. Allison Kovacic. Corinne Evans. Karen Eastman. Elena Zender. Lynn Yorchuk. Samantha Beasley. Amanda Newsom. Caitlin Morrow. Thomas Markwart. Jenna Sims. Angela Starius. Michelle Klemka. Susan Black. Candace Woolley. Emily Laser. Teresa Thompson. Lauren Baptista. Rebecca Coey. Serge Raviga. Mian Santos. Jill Farrell. Mary Eddy. Megan Ross. Kelly Weinman. Kendra Lynch. Krista Rogers. Michelle Stavinsky. I'm so sorry. Michael Stavinsky. Spencer Perry.
One other thing is when John exits, he's going to go to the right, and then I will follow him this way. Okay. How are you going to cut it off? This off?
Will the new FGCU doctoral and master's graduates please rise? President Bradshaw, Platform Party, faculty, family, and guests, please join me in congratulating our newest doctoral and master's degrees recipients. Please be seated. We now come to the conferring of the bachelor's degrees. At FGCU, we award a wide variety of bachelor's degrees that provide education in an array of disciplines. Indeed, at FGCU, we offer over 50 courses of study leading to the bachelor's, and we award the following baccalaureate degrees: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Science of Social Work, and Bachelor of Music Education. We are pleased that 211 bachelor's degrees are being conferred by FGCU at this commencement. Some of those eligible to receive recognition at today's ceremony have already started their new careers and are unable to be with us this afternoon. Will all bachelor's candidates please rise for the conferral of your degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree you have earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Candidates, please turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. You may be seated.
The college marshals will now escort the bachelor's recipients to the front of the stage by college, beginning with the College of Health Professions and Social Work. The university readers, Ms. Melanie Stannis and Ms. Patty Kirk, will introduce the individual graduates.
Brendan Koning, Nicholas Boudreau, David Schilling, Quintard, Callie Quintard, Renee Jaworski, Jadine Seaborn Francis, Teresa Panera, Bethany Cork, Edward Dunn, Jacqueline Truesdale Van Fleet, Ashley Alkire, Fabian Metellus, Emily Tignor, Chelsea Burnett, Nicole Brillenberg, Josephine Obi, Christina Sanchez, Brittany Costello, Norma Salgado, Alexandra Mann, Jana Conan, Julie Levin, Julia Proudfoot, Alyssa Stone, April Marie Mays, Brittany Bicknell, Brenna Rawls, Lauren Graper, Samantha Panulo. Rachel Bakar. Nicolette Hansen. Kaylee Bevins. John Gollery. Tori Maloof. Kirsty Muth. Catherine Caputo. Adrian Losigno. Michael Mann. Raven Wade. Stephanie Carrillo. Emily Hackbarth. Samantha Vella. Andrea Chikolinski. Erica Bowman. Ashley Candelora. Martine Diaz. Jennifer Flynn. Anna Maria Mickus. Rachel Badge. Tiffany Mabin. Brooke Jarowitz. Genevieve St. Martin. Sarah Frederick. Noelle Beecham. Aaron Troyer. Renee Eicher. Morgan Leopard. Danielle Bendall. Monshe Gibbs. Ashley Foster. Kaylee Clay. Kayla Kincaid. Christian Palermo. Andrew Schaefer. Ashton Plummer. Shanice Dehaney. Sheena Perellis. Felicia Dano. Kyla Burnett. Darshell Dean. Daniela Brakelli. Glenda Campbell. Vanetta Talov. Teresa Tremaine. Bryson Blackburn. Yami Castaneda. Melissa Rodriguez. Jenny Katoya.
Yanni Ruiz. Judes Albert. Laquieta Hayward. Karina Beltran. Matthew Sorensen. Joseph Walsh. Trista Stirrup. Amo Frankenberger. Vanessa Reyes Guzman. Heather Kerwin. Kristen Pelkey. Torisha Wicks. Jennifer Thompson. Jennifer Sims. Brielle Morad. Casey Nobile. Adina Tracy. Alexander Lopez. Stephanie Rodriguez. Hans Smelker. Emily Ellis. Timothy McGee. Ryan Hoffman. Corey Schmuels. Jacqueline Casper. Holly Parr. Kaylee Wallace. Liam Goddard. Tyler Goldie. Armando Hernandez. Kenneth Watson. Vanessa Harkeen. Catherine Zeitler. Jeffrey Felice. Megan Burke. Caleb Kantner. Amanda Berry. Kelly Hano. Jose Sagastume. Amy Simone. Kelly Smolensky. Janet Leha. Melissa Anderson. Lucy Horton. Jamie Dolly. Katie Hurley. Haley Campbell. Paige Kim. Emily Lanier. Quinton Poindexter. Kirby Retzer. Jacob Young. Rose Cambrone. Bianca Johnson. Amber Rose Corville. Kathleen Jean-Baptiste. Camelia Pierre. And now the College of Education. Erin Wright. Meredith Mearman. Melissa Hurst. Rebecca Thompson. Ainsley Ellis. Desanay Smith. Michael Boots. Stephanie Maroon. Jeffrey Ahrens. Kelly Berzanowski. Kimberly Garapi. Alexis Schofel. Julia Fee. Andre Delgado. Ashley Gonzalez. Ashley Gonzalez. Monica Folks. Amanda Murphy. Mandy Gold. Rachel Smith. Samantha Jodis. Tiffany Kane. Tiffany Ibanez. Amani Algendi. Deanna Rico. Timothy Leninger. James Lacey. Sarah Morawski. Danielle Hannon. Kyle Sheehan. Andrew Grillo. Timothy Adam Coots. Christina Carson. Kylie Spinella. Mary Cole. Quincy Hosey. Patsy Ugaldi. Travis Williams. Starson Rogers. Amanda Raleigh. Caitlin Vandenhandel. Christy Hennessy. Ann Lale. Madeline Ingenio. Kaylee Engel. Nicole Michelli. Alicia Jensen. Edward Lipsey. Casey Van Voris. Yaseli Winkle. Lindsay Cohen. Miranda Gallagher. Jessica Van Kirk. Valerie Vorhest. Ashley Charlton. Christiana Sillery. Vanessa Mazzata. Anita Ramos. Shannon Richardson. Angela Tomlinson. Sydney Rubarik. Amanda Whitman. Nicole Mitchell. Beth Dix. Michelle Vidrova Dacey. Anna Marie Alexander. Michaela Lopez. Emily Goderick. Dana Greek. Samantha Anderson. Ashley Lagani. Elizabeth Hernandez. Alexis Lucen. Alyssa Martinez Montalvo. Eureka Woods Archaki. Britt LeBeau. Stephanie Tata. Nicole Howell. Kelsey Diamantis. Tara Niedenthal. Amanda Toback. Samantha Budish. Haley Potruck. Rachel Grove. Emily File. Dulce Martinez. Carmen Giordano. Maria Tomei. Laura Manning. Megan Letcher. Paula Davis. Allison Manhart. Kimberly Barger. Lauren Wallace.
Will the new FGCU bachelor's graduates please rise? President Bradshaw, Platform Party, faculty, family, and guests, please join me in congratulating our newest graduates. Please be seated. Among our graduates receiving bachelor's degrees this afternoon are some of our finest FGCU students. These students who have achieved the highest academic honors are designated by the wearing of the green and blue honor cords. Please stand and remain standing as I call your honors designation. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative grade point average of 3.9 or higher have received the highest honors designation of summa cum laude. Please stand. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.71 to 3.89 have received the honors designation of magna cum laude. Please stand. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to 3.7 have received the honors designation of cum laude. Please stand. Please be seated. Honors graduates, we commend you on your superlative academic achievements.
Graduates, I congratulate you on your accomplishment and wish you continued success. You've worked hard and succeeded in your academic endeavors. On your behalf, let me thank our outstanding FGCU faculty and staff members who have provided you not only with instruction, but also their wise guidance and enthusiastic support. Our university is truly fortunate to have such a remarkable group of faculty and staff, respected by their students, their peers, and the greater community. join me in showing our appreciation to our very fine faculty and staff. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Paul Allen, class of 1998 and 2014, and chair of the Development Committee of the FGCU Alumni Association. Paul?
Thank you, President Bradshaw. Graduates of 2014, it is truly an honor to be here to congratulate you all on this momentous achievement in your academic career. As you walked across the stage today and received your degrees, each and every one of you became a part of an organization that is near and dear to my heart. I would like to welcome you all as the newest alumni of Florida Gulf Coast University. I used the word distinguished a moment ago because it represents what many of your fellow alumni have gone on to become and what each and every one of you should aspire to become, distinguished representatives of your alma mater. Matthew Caldwell, who graduated in 2004, distinguished himself in public service by being the first FGCU graduate to serve in the Florida House of Representatives. This year, Matthew was named FGCU's Alumnus of Distinction. Nola Thesis, who graduated in 2002, distinguished herself in humanitarian work by building human trafficking awareness partnerships from the ground up right here in Fort Myers to fight against modern-day slavery. Nola received FGCU's Alumna of Distinction Award in 2008. Ricky Perez, who graduated in 2000, distinguished herself in environmental education by teaching over 120,000 local school children about endangered FGCU panthers, water conservation, and other environmental issues through FGCU's Wings of Hope program. Ricky received the Alumna of Distinction Award in 2010. Earlier this morning, I sat right where you are, and I came up here to receive my MBA, the culmination of years of determination and hard work. I also had the distinction of being one of the first graduates of FGCU as a member of the class of 1998. I served over 23 years in the Florida Army National Guard and completed one tour in Iraq as a medevac pilot. When I came to work at FGCU, thank you. When I came to work at FGCU in 2003, where I work now in Business Technology Services, I met Michelle Yovanovich, your Dean of Students, who was just getting the FGCU Alumni Association started. She asked me if I would serve on the Alumni Association Board of Directors, and I've been a member of it ever since. On behalf of the FGCU Alumni Association, I ask you today to go out into the world and lead a distinguished life. Whether it's in politics, or humanitarian work, or education, or in the home. Be a distinguished representative of FGCU and become an active member of the Alumni Association. Attend FGCU Alumni Weekend and other events. Support the next generation of Eagles through the Alumni Association Scholarship Fund. Stay connected with FGCU, and your distinguished life can be the next chapter in the story of Florida Gulf Coast University. Congratulations, graduates of 2014, and go Eagles.
Thanks, Paul. Now at this time, will the graduates please rise and give a round of applause and appreciation of those that supported you through the educational process, your parents, your friends, your family, and all, please. And also while you're standing, and once again, a well-deserved round of applause of appreciation for the faculty who supported you through your educational endeavors. Now will the audience please rise and join our vocalist, Miss Christy Shore, and the Suncoast Brass Quintet in singing the first verse of our alma mater. The printed words can be found on page 35 of your program. Graduates, in closing, I encourage you to stay connected to your university as proud alumni who represent the very best of this institution. You, our success stories, are our best ambassadors. Your achievements, service to others, and loyalty will contribute to the greatness of Florida Gulf Coast University. You have our best wishes for success and happiness throughout your lives. Please remain standing for the recessional and remain in your place until all graduates have exited the floor. Graduates, staff ushers will direct you to join the recessional. Guests, please wait until the students and faculty have left the arena floor before carefully exiting your cells. Please meet your graduates in the lobby or in the plaza area. My last 4 words: walk good. Go Eagles.